Yeah, well, we know about the character and the desire and the quality that we have. That's why we are in this position at the moment. But what we want to do is see the job through. You're right, we have some games outstanding, and of course we want to capitalise on those. They always say a bet with points in the bank, which is very true, but we have the opportunity to attain those points and continue on the run we're on. We're on obviously 3 games back to back with wins, and we want to try and secure that and make that a 4th, moving into a tough game against Bengaluru. So the boys to this point, giving all the trials and tribulations that we've had as a football club, they've been remarkable. They've been a credit to themselves, as is everybody, the staff, the board, the chairman, board directors, Muckle, the chief executive. What we have to do is keep driving forward and doing that together. That's our strength. We do everything as a group, and it's very evident. You can see it on the field, and we must continue to do that. Some tough games ahead, but it's games that we're looking forward to playing. Well, the fixtures were going to have to be played at some point, and every opponent that we're left to play, we were still to play them. It didn't matter whether we played them, first, or we played them in the last game, which happens now with ATK Moenbagen. That's now the last game, and it's been changed the date to March 7, I think now, where we were scheduled to play March 3. So it is what it is. I mean, we're going to be a tough run of games, but they all are. But that's why we love this league. I mean, it's a fantastic league with great quality players, outstanding coaches, and a great product. And the Indian Super League's getting better every year. We have to play our part in Jamshedpur to get in those playoffs where this club's never been, and that's our motivation, that's our aim, that's our drive to finish as high up this league as we can. And every game will be a tough game, but as I said before, to achieve things and try and win things, you have to beat very good teams. And we've got obviously tough games, but equally the teams we're playing know they'll be in tough games playing against this Jamshedpur side, so we're looking forward to it. Yeah, well, I mean, it's always nice after the event, but I said the same things before the game. That's why I brought Daniel Shima to the club, because of his qualities. He's a terrific footballer, he's a champion already, won the leagues in Norway at Molde at a high level, played in China, played in some tough leagues, and he's always shown quality, he's always shown what a good player he was, and nothing had changed my belief in that from the outset of the season. I watched his games at East Bengal. He ploughed a lone furrow up there, he was left isolated many times. We don't do that at Jamshedpur. We get people in about the box, and we're positive, and we're very attack-minded. And Daniel Chima, as I said, would be a great addition, not because he scored the goal, but because of all-round performance. But I knew that already before the match. So I think he'll actually get better and stronger as the season progresses. Obviously we have Vishen Pandita there, we have Jordan, obviously who'd missed the last game with Ellie, through COVID. Jordan's picked up an injury now as well. We have another 4 or 5 injury concerns because being in the rooms for over 2 weeks and trying to train and play matches, there was always going to be injury concerns. So that's another challenge for us. But we don't lump and moan, we get on with these challenges because that's what football brings you. You have to be ready to adapt, ready to problem solve, and that's what this group of players do. So yeah, it's fair to say there'll be a few players missing for the game against Bengaluru, but Daniel Shima certainly added to the squad, and it's great to see that quality that he has. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Bengaluru have elevated themselves up the league. I said we played them with a draw early in the season. I'd said at the time they're a very good side prior to the game and then after the game. They've got an outstanding coach, somebody with his footballing abilities. He's a really nice man, which is very important, and that you can see rubs off in his staff. The boys that are there, the boys that were there last year. So they've got very good staff, very good team, good individual players, but equally as a team they work very hard, and that's been very evident when you watch the performances. Got development of some terrific young players, and young Roshan, the fullbacks, coming on leaps and bounds. I would suggest he's probably, for me, the best young Indian player in the league. Consistently very talented, technique. So yeah, they've got some wonderful players, but equally so do we. So I'm looking forward to the game against a very good team with good players. Sunil's come back to a bit of form now as well, and that's what good players do. Good players always bounce back, and I'm pleased for him. Hopefully not against us, but I'm pleased because when you get somebody of that quality and the career he's had, and I think he came in for a lot of unfair criticism, I have to say, but that's the mark of a man, that he picks himself up and he shows that, and he's done that. So he's a credit to himself and his football club, and we need to be guarded against that. They get wonderful players. Costa could come back in, obviously. Ramirez is there. Clayton Silva's a wonderful player. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game. We obviously as well, out with that, we have the skipper suspended as well. So there's a few challenges, but listen, that's what the league brings you. We'll be ready for the game, and we're really looking forward to going toe-to-toe against a very good team. Two very positive, attack-minded sides trying to win a tough game. Yeah, well, Ellie's obviously back and available now. He missed out the last game with COVID, as a number of players did, and that's why it was a tremendous effort from our group last time out against FC Goa, who'd played 2 games while we'd been sitting idle, and not even sitting idle, stuck in our hotel rooms, little or no training prior to the game, and we came out and gave a fantastic performance to earn 3 points. That's what we need to do again. So it'll be great to have Ellie back in the squad. Obviously we've got young Narendra there. Anas has had a little niggly injury, but hopefully we can get him available to be in the squad, but time will tell on that. And we have other. So as I say, at this present time I have 4 or 5 that could miss the game, but that gives opportunity for others ready to step in, and that's what we'll look to do. Well, I think you know me, and we aim for as high as we possibly can be. So we aim for, as everybody will, aim for first spot. And if you don't get first, then you want to be second. If it's not second, you want to be third. If it's not, you want to be. But yeah, our aim is the same as everybody else, to be the best that we can be, to win. But the only way you do that is by winning football games and getting valuable 3 points. We've seen there's a lot of draws in the league, so we make sure if there's a draw, we try and turn it into a win. But equally, it's important, as I say, that you're always picking up points, particularly having attained the amount we have now, because everybody's now going to be at each other, because every game becomes a huge game because there's so many teams involved in the chase. That's why we have to take care of our own business, make sure that we get to the standard that we've set at Jamshedpur this season, and keep driving on to win those points, and let's see where that takes us after 20 games. But our ambition doesn't change. We want to be as high as we possibly can.